All right, let's get started. Once again, my name is Glenn Tompkins. This is a special presentation of Trending Thursday. No, this will be recorded, Mel. You will be able to watch this afterwards, but this is live. This is live and in person right now. All right, and what you're getting access to today is to our trading room. You're going to get it today. You're going to get an overview of our trading room today, and then you will get an actual presentation of our trading room tomorrow. I will be doing that as well. So, and then on Wednesday, Steve Chappell will come on, and he will show you our time-tested swing trading system by way of the Derby as well. The Derby tool is a VectorVest tool. The Derby tool is a VectorVest tool designed to help people to trade better. All right, so we've got a lot of flexibility within the software in and of itself. All right, we do. But with the Derby tool, for those of you who are more active traders, it's going to be the tool for you. And if there's many of you who are out there for swing trades, again, this will be the tool for you. Can you use it for longer term exposure or longer term trading? The answer to that is yes, but its main purpose is more so for trading. And we do this live trading room called the Jockey Club every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 10:30. And again, today we're going to do an overview of what it's all about. Tomorrow you will be part of the actual trading day. You'll see our portfolios. Those portfolios are real money, all right, real VectorVest money. These are not paper traded. And you'll see how we go through the process of making trades throughout the day. And then on Wednesday, Steve Chappell is going to show you how to use that tool for the purposes of swing trading. So let's get right into it. Let's go monitor 2 full. You should see me along with the software. You should see me along with the software. Is this trading room the same as the Derby? Arian, this is exactly right. And for a lot of the people who are here, who are part of the Jockey Club, this is primarily for the people who are not subscribers to the software. This is primarily for the people who are not part of the software, giving them a taste of what our trading room is all about. And our normal Jockey Club is still taking place today. Patrick will be doing it. So, Ariane, that's what's going on. This is for my YouTubers who are not subscribers, to give them an understanding of what the Jockey Club is all about. All right, or what the Derby tool is all about. So with that, we're in the home page of the VectorVest software, and once you subscribe to the Derby tool, you will have a tab at the top of the page that says Derby. And once we click on it, this is the entrance into, oh, you didn't see that. Sorry about that. There is a tab at the top of the page that says Derby, and it's a little truncated version of what you see here. And what I'm going to do is take me off the screen. See if I can do this. Take me off the screen. See if this works. Good. All right, so that you can get a better view of what the Derby tool is all about. And this is what we're going to talk about. All right, is this live 12/7? Yes. This is live, Joshua. This is live and direct. So when you look at the Derby tool, this is what you see. All right, and the Derby tool is laid out to the point of understanding what's going on with all of the different searches that we have in the software. Without the Derby tool, if you want to find out what the fastest moving search is at any point in time, you're going to have to go to all of the searches and do a quick test from the beginning of the market. What the Derby does is it puts all of this at your fingertips. Here's all of the different strategies as I scroll down, all of the different strategies that are in the software that are automatically tabulated by the Derby tool to show you what's moving. Does the Derby integrate with Robotrader? And yes, it can, because what we do in our Jockey Club using the Derby, we trade directly from the Derby tool into our Robotrader tool. Now, for those of you who don't know what Robotrader is a tool that is a go-between between the software and 4 of our partner brokers. We've got 3 partner brokers in the U.S. and 1 partner broker in Canada. The 3 partner brokers in the U.S. are Interactive Brokers, gosh darn it, not Questrade, Interactive Brokers, Somebody help me out here. Goodness gracious. I'm having a brain freeze right now. Ally and Interactive Brokers, Ally, and TradeStation. There we go. Interactive Brokers, Ally, and TradeStation. Those are the 3 partner brokers that we have here with VectorVest. And through them, we can trade into our Robotrader tool directly from the software. And Joey is here. Thank you, Joey. Can you do me a favor? Where is the one, the view that's got all of the tabs at the top? All right. And Joey's here. Say hi to Joey, everybody. I'm looking for the view that's got, here we go. Is that it? Okay. And that's fine. That's fine. Hi, Mr. Abelman. So at the top of the tool, at the top of this tool right here, we normally have tabs to quickly move through the software. But, so what we'll do, it's all right. All of the searches are here, and then the settings, the Derby timing indicator, and the summary gives us all of the information that we'll need throughout the day. And I'm going to start with the settings tool.
You want me to make it bigger? Pull it up?
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah, hold the Alt button for me.
Hold the Alt button. Alt. There you go. Let it go.
Hold up.
I'm holding it. Let it go.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully what Joey has done will bring the tabs at the top of the list. And the cool thing is the market doesn't open until 9:30, so there's not much going on right now. Not much going on right now, just more of an explanation of what's going on. There's the tabs at the top. This is more of an explanation of what's going on right now. Your screen is not clear. There we go. BR says we have the tabs. I cannot see the screen good. Does he need to do a refresh?
No, he needs to click the gear and change his resolution.
Okay, so known, click the gear on the page and change your resolution. That should take care of your screen being blurry, all right? So again, today is really all about an overview of what the tool is. So let's start with the settings tab. You'll see that here we have the analysis mode, and every day from a trading perspective, a trading for today, notice it says today's Derby. Now, what today's Derby will do is once the market starts to open up, you're going to start seeing these searches, and it's going to bring to the top what searches are doing the best at any point in time throughout the day. There are a lot of searches here, and right now, we've got 175 total searches that the VectorVest Derby is looking at. 175, and throughout the day, it will tell you what search is doing the best from a trade perspective. All right? Now, you'll notice if I click the drop-down arrow next to analysis mode, there's 4 other analysis modes. And for those of you who want more confirmation of how good the Derby tool is, I want you to look at these as absolute backtesting purposes for the Derby, or quick tests for the Derby. There's 4 different modes, and I'll talk a little bit more about it as the day goes along today, or I will touch on it a little bit more on it tomorrow. But the day trading mode, and once you have the Derby tool, if you really want an in-depth analysis of how these modes work, click the blue question mark right here, and what it will do is it will bring up an analysis or a definition on how each in every analysis mode works. So it takes you through. So it's not like we just say, here, have at it. There is a detailed analysis on how each and every analysis mode works. And I want you to realize that these other 4 outside of today's Derby are ideally set up for swing trading more so than not. Today's Derby is primarily for trading today. Next thing, entry price. Well, if we're going to look to see what's moving, the market is open. Why are they showing those stocks? Con, what time does the market open? All right, think about that, Con. You just asked the question, what time does the market open, Con? That's why you see nothing moving. The market opens at 9:30. We're doing this just to give you an overview prior to the market open. All right, pre-market is open, but I'm not looking at pre-market data yet. I'll get to that in a second. All right, so the entry price is from the market open, or we can look at from the prior close. Now, to answer Con's question, prior close, I can see what stocks are moving from Friday's close until right now, which incorporates the pre-market. All right, so now I can see that Odd Follows Short is at the top of the list pre-market, and we can see all of these searches are based on a portfolio of 10 stocks. I can see what the equity curve of the 10 stocks are, and then I can sort by ROI or return on investment to see what stocks are doing the best within that overall search. How cool is that? We go to Mini Rockets Long. That's a bullish search that's up over 2.5% prior to the market open. Here's the equity curve of those stocks, and I can then sort again by ROI and see what stocks are moving. Now, I can look at the best moving stocks all throughout the day, take a look at their graphs to help me make a decision on which stocks I want to get involved with. I'm going to change this back to the market open. Now, we can also look at different variations of price and volume on all of the stocks that are found within the searches. Excuse me. Price all means that every stock that's in every one of these searches has a price of at least $1. Average volume all means that every stock that's found in these searches has an average volume of over 100,000 shares. All right? So now if I look at that, I can see, based on price all, price greater than $1, average volume greater than 100,000 shares, what stocks will be moving. But I can change that to say stocks greater than 2, greater than 5, greater than 10, and to change the same thing with the volume, greater than 250,000 shares, greater than 500,000 shares. So I can change what I'm looking for as far as the stocks to be found in the searches to accommodate how I invest in the market. Now, every one of these has a minimum stock of 10. So as I mentioned, as I look at these, all of these portfolios have 10 stocks. I can change that. Maybe I want to look at searches. Now, when I change this, watch this. Notice that we're tracking 175 searches that accommodate price greater than $1, average volume greater than 100,000 shares on a portfolio of 10 stocks. If I change that number to 5, watch the number of searches increase. Now I've got searches that only have 5 stocks that will be incorporated in the number, and now I'm looking at 182 searches. Let's go bump that down. Let's say that they just have to have a minimum of 2 stocks. Now I've got 193. So based on how many stocks I want to look at will determine how many searches I'm incorporating within the Derby tool. I'm going to change that number back to 10 because I think that that's a good number of stocks to be able to pay attention to before you pull the trigger on a search. Interesting that both the bullish and bearish searches are 65% successful. Well, that was when I put that back on to prior close. You know what that tells me? That tells me the market is looking at a top, that both the bullish and the bearish searches are making money right now. We all know that the market is looking for a top, and this is what I always like to say, is that the Derby actually does tell you the rest of the story. So we're going to get into that once the market opens up to give us a better feel of what's going on throughout the day. I'm going to change that back from prior close to market open. We've got about 14 minutes before the market opens up. A couple of other things that we can do. As we look at the searches, maybe we want to find the searches that have at least 9 out of the 10 stocks making money. How about Delta's positive? That's a percentage change. And what I'm looking for is, from a percentage change, which searches are making money over the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, to give me a better feel of how strong that search is throughout the trading day. The stronger the trading search, the better the chances are you're finding quality stocks to get into. So when I say that there's a lot of flexibility in the tool to help you to pinpoint what the best stocks are throughout the day, I ain't just whistling Dixie. All right, so just keeping all of that in mind, I want you to understand a lot of what the tool has to offer to you. Now, down below that on the Derby timing indicator, that is cast on our VectorVest scale between 0 and 2. where above 1 is favorable and below 1 is unfavorable. The DTI bullish looks at all of the different variations of price and volume. It looks at what all of the major indices are doing to put it into one indicator. So when I look at the DTI bullish and the DTI bearish, I've got a good feeling of direction of the market's move. On that scale between 0 and 2, above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable, but the Derby timing indicator does have a sweet spot. When either indicator, whether bullish or bearish, is above the value of 1.2, that gives more confirmation that that is the direction throughout that at that particular point in time that we should be trading on. Now, that'll change throughout the day depending on what's going on in the market. But that Derby timing indicator can be a great day trading timing signal. It will issue a green light when the DTI bullish is above our trigger point, and it will issue a red light if the DTI bearish is above our trigger point. All right, so far, everybody in the room, are you at least getting an understanding of what's going on? Type a yes or a no in the room. All right, the market's going to open in about 11 minutes. Are you at least getting some semblance of an idea of what this tool can do? All right, so Anthony says no, and that's fine. That's an honest answer. So Anthony, as time goes along, I will be able to put this into an actual presentation once the market is started. So Anthony, it's okay. I like your answer. It's an honest answer, but you're going to start to see this come into fruition as we go along. Now, what I am going to do, going back to cons, I'm missing something. I need the main program because I need a tool. Could I have access to the Derby from the iPhone? The answer to that is, I believe, no, you cannot. Can you tell me what is? I'm not going to do individual stocks right now, Saeed. I'm not going to do individual stocks right now. I'm going to go to the Tools tab, and I'm going to put on Use Extended Hours, because now that gives me a better feeling of what's going on, and it'll help me change from entry price from the market open to the prior close. Again, I want to feel what's moving. I want to see what's moving. Pre-market, all right, we got about 10 minutes for the market opens. Pre-market, utilizing from Friday's close until right now, El Cheapo Cheapos is at the top of the list. So if I click on it, look at the equity curve of this search. So I see that all 10 stocks started off, but they started pulling back down. Well, why is it moving? Because I got a stock in here, OBLN, that's up 41% pre-market. So what do? Now I take a look at the stock. I right-click on it. I view the stock graph. Let's go see what it looks like. And now, because we are using pre-market data, I can change this from end of day to intraday, 1-minute bars, current day. This is why real time is needed to have the Derby. Now, starting at 8 o'clock, that is our pre-market. Now, the stock says that it's up. Right now, the stock has gapped down. We're going to see, stock is gapped down. Oops, move this over. But it's still higher than the close on Friday. That's why it's up. Now, this is why the Derby is so important. Yes, the stock is up from the prior close. What's the stock doing? So a lot of people will go out to their news medias. You take me off. Will go to their news media and they'll see that the stock is up and they'll start jumping on board with it and go, man, that stock is moving pre-market. Let me go rock and roll. Now, if I look at the graph pre-market, I'm not feeling that just quite yet. If I see the stock is moving up pre-market, I want to see a continuation of the upward move. A lot of people ask me, well, why don't you pull the trigger pre-market? This is why. It looks good from the Friday's close where it closed, but what's it doing now? And that's why I don't pull the trigger pre-market. And look at the stock's price pulling back, but look at the equity curve. The equity curve gave me all the answers I really needed to know. Now look at this one. Price volume winners, equity curve is moving higher than the 8 o'clock hour. It's got a little bit of jagosity going on, but is definitely moving higher. I like that equity curve. Let's go see what stocks are moving in it. All right, highlight them all. That's all up pre-market. View the stock graph. Now, again, because I'm looking at this pre-market, let's change from the end of day to intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. Now, let's go look at this stock. This stock is moving up. That's the 8 o'clock hour. Let's go back. This stock is moving up from the prior day's close in a little bit of a channel. Nice jump up this morning on the stock, as you can see. Nice jump up, but sitting in a channel. Again, for me, I want to see not only a stock moving up at that 8 o'clock hour, I'd like to see it moving higher. That's a good possibility of a stock to get into. UU, same thing, gapped up, sitting in a channel, not ready for that one. Whoa, NXE. Gapped up, look at the stock's price still moving higher. Can you modify your Derby on your own watch list? No, the Derby that you're looking at are only VectorVest searches. You cannot create your own search to be in the Derby. You cannot create your own search to be in the Derby. Could I have access to the Derby from the iPhone? And again, Arash, I do not believe you're able to run the Derby on iPhone or on a mobile device. You need to have the software. And you know that we are running a special. 99 cents will give you access to the real-time software along with the Derby for 99 cents. All right, let's go see what else is in here. That's moving sideways. And you know what else I don't like? I don't like the lack of volume. I don't like the lack of volume in a lot of these, but this is pre-market. All right, these are pre-market moves. That makes sense. But once the market is open, if I still see the volume looking like this is a stock that I'm not comfortable with. 99 cents for how long? To the end of the year. You get 99. After that, we'll see what happens. But we're giving a holiday special, 99 cents, and that will give you, if you want it, access to real time and the Derby. All right, so that search, I like the equity curve, but pre-market wasn't really feeling a whole bunch of comfortable with a lot of the stocks that are there. So now let's get to the summary section. The summary section will bring on, remember, the Derby timing indicator is going to start to give me direction, whereas the summary gives me what I like to call bias. What side of the market should I feel more comfortable with at any given time? All right, so from the summary section, we get to see how many searches we track overall and what the percentage winners are. The bullish searches, right now, 65% of the bullish searches are making money, and 57% of the bearish searches are making money. When I say we have a bias, we're looking for the winners to be at least 60%. So we want to see the DTI, whether it's bullish or bearish, to be above that value of 1.2. And then we want to see the coexisting bullish or bearish searches to give us the bias. So we'll have direction and we'll have bias, and that is what we're looking for before we pull the trigger on the stock. Is this info available for the Canadian market? Yes, side. The only two places that actually have real-time data and Jockey Club or the Derby tool is the US and Canada. Those are the only two markets that we track that have the Derby tool. That's it. So, yes. And we used to do a Jockey Club in Canada, but we stopped it because it was for the lack of attendance to it. All right? It was nobody really showed up, so we only maintain the U.S. Give us a discount for the whole year. No. All right? So, it's amazing. We always, we try to help people out, and then you guys really try to come at us and just crazy. So no, if you can't register for a whole year for 99 cents, if you want to register for a year, you can pay for a year. And if you do that, give our product support staff a call to see what they can do for you. But if you register for a year, there is a discount for registering for a year. That's just something that we normally do. That is just something that we normally do. All right. So we got about 3 minutes before the market opens. If I purchase the Derby again, will there seminars on how effectively use it? Coach Sean, we do the Jockey Club every single day. Every single day. Now, they are not recorded because we do them every single day. All right, so there are help videos, if you go up to the Help tab, click on it, we do have a Derby Quick Start Guide. We've got a Robotrader to show you how to use the Derby with Robotrader. If you want to look at the Jockey Club, we have a Jockey Club experience, and then we have a tour video, which pretty much takes you through what we're doing right now. All right, so Coach Sean, this is what we do. We've got the videos up here for you. All right, plus we got our product support staff. All right, we've got about 2 minutes before the market opens up, and what I'm going to do is change the entry price from the prior close, put it onto market open, and now we're going to let the market come to us, and we're going to rock and roll. You know what else I do need is the home page. All right, so because I always like to keep in top of what's going on in the market as the day opens up. What are our major indices doing? So, and Coach Son, I am not looking at individual stocks today. Not today. Today is all about the Derby. Today is all about the Derby and giving you guys a little taste of what it's all about. So that's what the purpose of this special edition of Trending Thursday is all about. Hopefully everybody will respect that. And what we're going to pay attention to is the stocks that the Derby is bringing to our attention. We're going to let the power of the Derby show you how this tool can help you from a trading perspective.
You want to be in the Derby?
Huh?
You want to be in the Derby?
I'm going to be in the Derby. I'm going to wait until the market opens up. I want to see what the market, how the quick list is going to start. All right, and I love you to death, Coach Sean, but everything, there's a rhyme and a reason for everything, and everything has a time and a place. And today's presentation is all about the Derby, folks. It really is. It's all about the Derby, and we're going to show you the power of the Derby. And if you like it, you might want to take advantage of the trial for 99 cents for both the real time and the Derby. There it is. Markets opened up. Well, not yet. Hold on. I'm watching. What is it? 9. Oh, we got 4 seconds. 3, 2. Normally I go ooh-wee, but today you guys don't all know what ooh-wee is all about. So I'm trying to get that to go viral. Is this tool helpful for a green trader? When you say you gotta ask me that a little differently. What is a green trader? A new trader? Is that what you're asking me from a new trader's perspective? And if that's the case, the answer to your question is yes. I need to know a new trader. Yes, the answer to that is yes. So we all know from a VectorVest perspective that the market is looking for a top, right? What is today automatically starting out? The Dow is down only 72 points, but down for the session so far. The NASDAQ is slightly up in the green. S&P 1 and 500 both down, and our VectorVest composite is slightly down. So the market is giving us a little bit of a bearish feel as of right now. Now, let's go to the Derby tool. Go down. Let's go to the Derby tool. Let's see what the Derby tool is doing. So here we go. We're on today's Derby from the market open. Remember, all of the stocks that are found in these searches have a price of at least $1. That's what price all means. And an average volume of at least 100,000 shares. That's what average volume all means. Now, here's our Derby timing indicator on that scale between 0 and 2. Currently, both DTIs, both the bullish and the bearish, are below the value of 1. We don't have any direction right now. So we're going to let the market come to us. If I'm trading stocks, I let my stops manage the trades. Right now, I'm not picking up any new trades until the Derby can give me some form of direction. Notice that my bearish searches, only 17% of the bearish searches are making money. So the market is giving us more of a bearish feel, but the bearish searches are not making money. Okay. On the bullish side, 51% of the bullish searches are making money. Let's keep this in mind. Does the DTI correspond to RTI in some way, RT in some way? The answer to that is no. They're two different things. They're both on that scale between 0 and 2, but the RT looks at the short-term price trend of the market, whereas the Derby timing indicator is looking at a lot of other factors in the market to give us a sense of direction throughout the day. Lou says 99 cents for how long, Coach Sean asked. I said, so you talking about what's the trial for? 99 cents for 30 days. Sorry, I missed that question. I thought I answered it. But it's a 30-day trial for 99 cents. Sorry, I misunderstood the question. when I answered the question is until the end of the year. But it's Joey's going to put a link in there if you want to take advantage of that 99 cents. There's the link to be able to click on it to take the 30 days for 99 cents. 30 days for 99 cents. All right. So as I start to watch, as the market moves on, anything that's in red, the search is going down from the open. Anything is in green, the search is going up from the open. If I hit the refresh button right here, it will bring the fastest moving searches to the top of the list. How about Oddfellows Long? Remember, it's looking at 170 some odd searches. I don't see it in my VectorVest. How do I access the Derby? Rom, you've got to subscribe to the Derby. You've got to subscribe to the Derby. And for 99 cents, you can get access to real-time and the Derby. You have to subscribe. That's why you do not see it in your software. It is an additional add-on module. I'll hit the refresh again. Oddfellows Long is at the top of the list. But again, no true direction as of right now. But let's see what stocks are moving. All right, look at the equity curve of the 10 stocks. Equity curve was moving up, starting to flatten out a little bit. Let's hone in on the stocks that are moving up the most by return on investment. I'm going to highlight all of the stocks that are up at least 1%. I'm going to right-click. Let's go see if there's any of these that I want to take advantage of. I'll change this to intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. And I need to take off the, where's that? Take off the use extended hours. Excellent. Go back to my graph. Intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. There's the move on TOMZ. All right. There's the 9:30 minute. Let's go put on the date line. There's the 9:30 minute right here. The stock's price went above. I've got, what moving averages do I have on here? You know, I don't have a setup for the Jockey Club in here, but I will now. Right-click, change the style, make that an 8. These are the moving averages that we use in our Jockey Club, the 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. Change the style, make that a little darker. Along with volume, I'm going to take off RT. This is what I'm looking for. And then normally I look at support and resistance as well. So the stock's price ran up. The 3 is above the 8. That's the green above the red. But look at the pullback. From a trading perspective, right now, if I can get in when the green or the 3 is above the 8 or the red, we can get in, but we can use that as a way to get out of the stock from a day trade perspective. But I'm not feeling the volume right now. Let's go to the next stock. Now, this I like. Look at KGC moving up. Look at that. The 3 and the 8 are solid so far this morning. What I don't like is the falling volume, though. In my picture, volume is conviction. Volume is conviction. And if I see a stock's price going up, I really want to see a rising volume. And look at that pickup in volume. This is where I start to look and say, all right, what's the high of the stock? What's the high of the stock? And that was that candle right there, my previous candle. The high of the stock is at $7.38. If I like the move, I go 5 cents higher than the high to go put in a buy stop order. 5 cents higher than the high. And once it hits, I then manage the trade using the 3 and the 8 as well. But I like early in the morning, first 7 minutes or so of the market open, this stock is moving, catching my attention, and now I can put in a buy stop order to let the trade come to me. Gotta let the trade come to me. What's the next stock in here? QDEL. Same kind of scenario. The 3 and the 8 are bullish. The stock is moving higher. I need more volume. Why 5 cents higher? Desiree. That's just something that we use from a VectorVest perspective. Normally, when you get into a stock, you want to be an eighth of a point higher, which is about 12.5 cents. So on stocks that are greater than $20, we go 12 cents higher than the high as our buy stop. But lower dollar stocks, percentages are a whole lot different than on higher dollar stocks. So Desiree, on lower dollar stocks, we like 5 cents higher than the high. All right, that's the only reason. Stocks greater than $20, 12 cents higher than the high, less than $20, 5 cents higher than the high. And look at this little pullback right here. Look at this, the power of the 3 and the 8. How about they're holding in? And again, that's why I hold fast to that 5 cents high. Look at that, and bada boom, but well, this is QDEL. That was my other stock. This is 12 cents higher than the high because it's 199. Look at that run. Look at that run, and look at that volume. And if we would have put in our order here, we might have been filled or getting close to getting filled. Does the 10 o'clock rule apply? Rich, not for here. This is a trading room. So remember, if I'm trying to swing trade, then yes, I may look for the 10 o'clock rule. But for the purposes of getting in early, do you know, Rich, the two most volatile times in the market, the first 30 minutes of the market open and the last 30 minutes of the market open, are the two most volatile times. As a trader, I want to use that volatility. Does that make sense, Rich? Does that make sense? I want to use that volatility early in the morning. All right, and there it is starting to pull back, but the 3 and the 8 are holding. The 3 and the 8 and holding, and volume is starting to pick up. Again, $199 stock, 12 cents higher than the high. Let's go see what else is in here. ACEL, lack of volume, lack of my interest. Next one, wow, GFI, love that equity curve. Had a hard time getting out of bed this morning at the 9:30 hour, but look at that 3-8 cross right there. Look at the pickup in the volume. Again, this is $8.78. There's the high. I would put in a buy stop order 5 cents higher than the high, but the stock is doing exactly what I wanted to do. And the Derby is bringing all of these types of stocks to the forefront. Let's go back to the Derby. It's bringing all of these stocks to the forefront without, how much work did I have to do? How much work did I have to do? The Derby is doing it for me on its own. Let's do a refresh. What's still up there? Neither DTI is above the value of 1. Neither bullish or the bearish searches are giving me a bias. If you put a filter on volume, would it have removed that low volume from the list? So BR, let's do this. Let's say that the average volume of the stocks that need to be found have to high. Let's say I want 500,000. Now my searches should change, right? So now every stock that's found in these searches have to have an average volume of greater than 500,000 shares. Now, BR, the stocks that are trading with low volume today, remember, they all had to have a minimum average volume of 100,000 shares. It was just trading that way right now. Does that make sense, BR 9801? Think about that. So even before, we were looking at the stocks that had an average volume of 100,000 shares, average volume. But right then and there, the volume wasn't good. But we bumped it up. So now let's take a look. Now, look at this equity curve of the 10 stocks. Good. Gordon Gin. I like that, right? Let's go take a look at all of the stocks that are up at least 1%. Tesla's in here. Crowd. Remember, all of these stocks have to have average volume greater than 500,000. You're going to find bigger names. You're going to find bigger names. Right-click, view the stock graph. Let's go see. Let's go end of day, intraday, 1-minute bars, current day. Look at that move. Look at that move on ARCT. The 3 and the 8 look great. The 3 and the 8 look great. Volume is starting to fall a little bit. What's the stock's price doing? I always want to buy into a rising stock with rising volume. When volume starts to fall, that's a little bit of a bearish indicator on the price move, and we are looking at 1-minute bars. Can you say again about 12 cents and 5 cents? Sure. If a stock is greater than $20, you're going to put in a buy stop order 12 cents higher than the high, which in this case, the high is 129.71. I would put in a buy stop order at 81.83, 129.83. That way I know I'm buying 12 cents higher than the high. I'm buying into a rising stock. If the stock's price is less than $20, we're going to put it in 5 cents higher than the high to make sure, again, that we're always buying into a rising stock. But notice from that high that happened here at 938, what's the stock's price doing? Pulling back. What's keeping you in it if you pulled the trigger on it early? The 3 and the 8. The 3 and the 8, the 3, which is the green line, is still above the 8, which is the red line. And I use those colors so that I can make it easy. When green is above red, you're bullish. When red is above green, you're bearish. All right, that's why we put those colors on here. And look at that pullback. And again, falling volume is not conviction. Rising volume is. Let's go see what else is in this list. MVCR, volume is turning more red. Look at it, pull back off the high. That's a little bit of a shooting star candlestick. Follow through. 3 and the 8 are still bullish, but from a candlestick perspective, from a day trade, shooting star, follow through, that would have been a good candle to get out. But if you're giving the stock a little bit more room, utilize the 3 and the 8. And then I also use something called a line in the sand, which is the most recent level of support. All right, let's go to the next stock. What else is in here? Pinduoduo. Nicely moved up this morning. Look at that level of resistance, which is at the high of 150.94. Touch, 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 touch. That's a beautiful level of resistance. It's having a hard time getting through. But even on the pullback from the high, look at the strength of the 3 and the 8. It's saying it's okay as long as the 3 is above the 8, but the stock is having a hard time pulling above that level of resistance. I would put my order, it's a $150 stock, I'd put my order in 12 cents higher than the high to make sure I'm buying into a rising stock. But look at that level of resistance right there. It's solid. It's not able to break through. And that gives me a heads up of like, let the trade come to me. Let the stock move in the direction I want. Tesla, on the other hand, look at that. Stock started out the gate great. The pullback for 3 out of 4 minutes, look at that move. I'd go 12 cents higher than the high. Look at the rising volume on that. Bam, bada boom, bada bing. And how much work, again, how much work did it take me to find this stock? I don't have to scour through a whole lot of things to find the stock. I'm using the power of the Derby to find it. Crowd, I can tell, is a little bit more volatile. Up, big down, up, big down. If I'm not comfortable with the volatility behind the stock, that pullback, look at the 3 and the 8 held right there as the stock's price is rising back up. 12 cents higher than the high because the stock is trading at over $20. So that was that listing of stocks as I watched that equity curve. Let's bring the fastest moving searches back up to the top of the list by refreshing. What's up there now? Bleyer's bottom feeders up 1.5%. Let's take a look at the equity curve. Like the equity curve this morning, starting to pull back now. Let's go change the ROI. What's in here? Look at this. Other stocks that we haven't seen. Other stocks that we haven't seen. The flexibility behind the tool to still bring to the forefront what stocks are actually moving. Let's right click. Let's view the stock graph. All right, from the stock graph, let's peep that out. In a minute, I'm going to change this to intraday 1 minute bars. Let's do that. Intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. And notice that I'm not looking at any of these from a swing trade. I'm looking at these from a day trade. Stock opened up. The 3 and the 8 failed real quick. Bounced back up. Bouncing volume. Again, this is a $3.93. I'd look at about 5 cents higher than the high. Notice that the stock's price is pulling back. That's the reason. And Desiree asked a great question about why 5 cents. This is why I like to put in my buy stop order to make sure that I'm buying into the stock as it's rising higher. As it's rising higher. Let's go to the next stock. What else is in here? GFI. We already saw this. Now this popped up in a different search. This GFI stock is looking good. And in a day like tomorrow, when we go look at this and actually trade, we could have gotten in early. Can you guys see that we would have, based upon what I'm explaining, I'm not pulling the trigger on any trades today. I'm giving you a feel. But did it make sense that even when we opened it back here, that it made sense that we could have been thinking about getting in? Type a yes or a no in the room. Type a yes that we could have been. We saw it earlier. We saw the 3 and the 8. We saw the volume. We saw that. And guess what? We've been happy right now. We would have been happy right now as the stock's price is moving higher. This is not me going out to search for stocks. We're letting the Derby bring this to the forefront. The one person that said that they didn't see the value or understand how the tool is working, does your answer change now? Does your answer change now? I forgot who said that, but they said no, and that was an honest answer. Do you now see the power behind what the Derby is bringing to the forefront? All right, do you see that now? And hopefully you do, because we would have saw this early enough in the morning. We would have still been in it. The 3 and the 8 are still solid. The volume is pretty okay. And boom. So we saw that once already. It's still up there. Wow, GSX looked good this morning. When would I have gotten out? And this is, if I'm going to use the 3 and the 8 as a measure to get in, how about I use the 3 and the 8 as a measure to get out? Would you rather get out here or hold the stock right here and go, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Couple of things happened. The 3 and the 8 went bearish right here. Something else happened. This stock gapped up, right? That was the gap price. The stock gapped up from this morning. Let me move this over so you can see that. Here's the 9:30 minute. The stock gapped up. What's the stock starting to do right now? The stock is starting to fade the gap. So I'd rather get out when the 3-8 cross. Here's my line in the sand. Let's see if I can make that darker. Here's my line in the sand, which is the gapping action for today. Once the stock's price starts to fade the gap, that's my last line of defense. My early line of locking in some gains is when the 3 crossed down below the 8. That was a good early price. And look at that. Look at that level of support from the market open. It's holding. It's holding, right? Let's see what else is in here. Let's go to the next stock. Well, did I miss one? No, that's GSX. HYLN, nicely gapped up from the market open. Look at the pullback and the power behind the 3 and the 8. The stock pulled back. The 3 and the 8 held, kept you in it, kept you in it, kept you in it. Another shooting star pattern right here with some follow through. Candlestick formation. That's probably a good opportunity to take some of that off the table or take the trade off, especially if you were in early from the gap up. Probably the only way you're going to get the gap up is if you were in it prior to the move up. But let's say you got into it here. Stock's price was, let's go calculate that. Stock's price was at 1867. It pulled back. What's the stock's price at right now? 1875. You made a little bit of money. How about this candlestick pattern helps you to get out? Why? Shooting star, follow through. You made a little bit of money. As a day trade, you're not trying to make a killing. If you do, that's great. If you do, that's great. But the whole idea is to get in, make some money, get out, live to fight another day, and look at what the stock's price is doing. Candlestick pattern called it, right? Candlestick pattern called it. The 3 and the 8 are starting to fall behind it. Having some semblance of technical analysis. I love candlestick reading, but that was a great opportunity to start to think about getting out with that follow through as you start to watch the 3 and the 8 start to fade. All right. Let's go to the next stock. What else is in here? ADAP started at 9:30 right here. Gapped up. Little volume. I probably wouldn't have touched that with the little traded volume right there. Stock's price, 3 and the 8 cross. That would have been a good opportunity to get out. It's starting to set back up again. So now this is a retracement trade. Look at that level of support after the 3 and the 8 failed. Let's go make that a little darker so you can see it. The 3 and the 8 failed. Found the level of support with that candle. The 3 and the 8 starting to rise up. Can I get in now? Yes. That's a little bit more of an aggressive move. Why? What's the stock's price at? 456. What's the high? The high is sitting at a value of 464. Coming off of this level of support, bouncing up with that 3 and the 8, that's my profit target. Why? Because if that's a good level of resistance, what do you think the stock's price is going to do? Pull back. So yes, I can get in on that 3-8 cross. That will be my initial profit target. So how do I trade that once I get in? I take possibly half off the table, or I scalp, I make a little bit of money, and I get out of that trade. Or if I need more confirmation, let's see if it can go 5 cents higher than the high. Is everybody now getting, again, let me ask the question, are you getting a better understanding of how to effectively at least trade these stocks on the graph? To at least know when your profit targets are, to at least know when to get out. The Derby is doing all of the work to find the stock. Once you're in it, it comes down to managing the stock. And as a day trade, you want to take what you can get, folks. You're not trying to go for the home runs. And sometimes it'll happen, but it's not an everyday occurrence. It is not an everyday occurrence, but that's what this Derby tool is all about, as a tool to help you to time when it's okay to be in the market. Now, you notice I haven't gone full bore. Why? Let me close out of the graph. I haven't gone full bore because neither DTI is telling me I've got direction. I don't have a bias on the summary. So what am I looking for? I'm looking at possibilities of stocks to get into. But I haven't gone full bore because the Derby is not telling me that I've got a direction or I've got a bias. The Derby is doing all of the work, and all we're trying to do is reap the rewards. But look at the equity curve of that search. I love being able to watch the equity curve of the 10 stocks. This gives me a little bit more confidence about what search I do want to pull the trigger on, even if I don't got direction, that's horrible English, right? Even if I don't have direction or bias, at least I can see what's moving. All right, let's do a refresh. What's at the top? Still all bullish searches, no bearish searches, but the bearish bias is starting to pick up. I'm not at the value of 60 yet, but now at least 48% of the bearish searches are making money. So let's do this. Let's talk about using the DTI, or the Derby Timing Indicator, for a market timing, a day trading timing signal. If I click on it, it automatically brings up the VectorVest composite on intraday 1-minute bars, and here's our levels of the DTI. At 1.2, that's our trigger level, whether it's bullish or bearish. And here's our value of 1 that gives us a heads up that the indicator is getting close. Here's the market on 1-minute bars, folks. That's it in a nutshell. From the open, the market is falling. Now, even with the falling market, and this is our VectorVest composite, which tracks the movement of over 8,300 stocks, even though our VectorVest composite is falling, the DTI, the bearish DTI, is not even above the value of 1. But once it gets above that value of 1.2, it will issue a day trading timing signal. Once the DTI bearish gets above our trigger point of 1.2, a red triangle will pop up on the graph, giving you a bearish day trading signal. And just the opposite, when the bullish DTI gets above its value of 1.2, it will give you a green triangle. Now notice, what did the market just do? Wow, did the market just find a session bottom? Interesting. Right click, let me make that a little darker for you. Did the market just find an intra-session low? Well, we've been finding intra-session lows all morning, and then they keep getting broken. And they keep getting broken. Let's see if this new intra-session low at 57.22 can hold on the VectorVest composite. But throughout the day, you will get a real day trading timing call to help you with your trades. Both DTIs are below the value of 1, as we can see. I've got no true direction. That's okay. But if I find stocks that I want to get into, because there is no direction or bias, understand that those trades will be a little bit more aggressive. Do you understand that? All right, type a yes or a no in the room. If the Derby Timing Indicator is not above that value of 1.2, and you pull the trigger on either a bullish or bearish trade, do you understand that that is more of an aggressive trade because the Derby is not giving you a true direction? Type a yes or a no in the room. That makes the difference between a good trade and a bad trade, folks. So there's that level of support. The market is trying to bounce. Let's go see if it's got the legs to start moving up. And all my people who are sitting in the background, don't be afraid to answer yes or no, because my goal right here is to show you some of the value behind the Derby. Is it something that you want to take a look at? And, if you're interested, click on that 99-cent trial. We will give you a 30-day trial to the real time and the Derby for 30 days.
Or you can ask questions. And, somebody had a thumbs down earlier and they changed it to a thumbs up.
Oh, somebody had a thumbs down and turned it to a thumbs up? There you go. All you got to do is just give me a chance, folks. Just give me a chance. I don't understand like I should, but I'm trying. And that's all right, Lito. That's fine. One of the first things I tell people, if you're new to the Jockey Club, observe for a few days. Ask questions. There's there's about four of us that present in the Jockey Club. Steve Chappell and myself are the primary presenters. Today, Patrick is presenting for the real Jockey Club that we do every day. This is just an overview presentation. That's all that this is. And hopefully you got something out of it. I'm going to end this in about 3 minutes. I'm going to stop this at 10 o'clock. But tomorrow, I will be streaming to YouTube the actual Jockey Club. I will be doing that from 9 a.m. until 10:30 tomorrow, make sure you guys are here. Holy smokes, you want to see this in action? Now, on a day, now, let me tell you something. This is real. Because on a day where the market is not giving me directional, I may not pull the trigger on any trades. But whether the market is bullish or whether the market is bearish, we take what the market gives us and we make money. That's what it's all about. Ahmad says it's cool. It takes time. The 3 and the 8 is super beneficial as you learn and get comfortable. Thank you for that, Ahmad. And Lido, again, I do appreciate, let me see, I only have the app on my phone, and it has been a great help. And you know something, Lido? If you're comfortable with the app, stick with it. The Derby does not work on the app. It's got too many moving parts. All right, it's got too many moving parts. But I'm not going to try to pull you from the app if the app is working for you. All right, you got to understand, we're going to provide a service that works for everybody. No matter how you invest in the market, you pick your poison. Oh, that's not a good word, is it? You know, Joey says not a good word. Anyway, you pick what works best for you. All right. So I'm about to end this. Look at the market. Look at that bounce in the market. And what you're going to start to see is you're going to see that DTI start moving up. Look at the bounce in the market. I hope to be able to afford the full PC platform one day. Lido, let it come to you. Don't rush it. Let it come to you. But real time, we're watching the price movement of the VectorVest composite move. Look at that bounce and look at that move of the DTI. All right, this will show it. And again, from a day trading timing, look at that move. Loving that. And I can, once that happens, let's close that. Once that happens, let's go see what's moving up to the top of the list. How about we've got a search now that's up 3%? Why? Look at that equity curve. Good, googly muggly, baby. Whoo! All right, and now this is where the fun takes place. Let's go look at laser. All right, let's go look at laser. Let's put that on intraday. Intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. Let's go see if we can find us a buying opportunity. And again, tomorrow, we're going to be rocking and roll with this live. Tomorrow, we're going to be rock and roll with this live. Look at that move on laser. Look at the 3 and the 8, but watch it now. What's happening? It's pulling back. Look at that volume. It's pulling back. If I pull the trigger, if I'm not in it now, 12 cents higher than the high. I probably would have put my order in earlier, right about here, at about 12 cents higher than $35.99. I'd been a happy individual. Look at that. I'd been a happy individual. Horizontal, take that off. Take that off. Put that on. Look at that move. There you are, Desiree. This is over 20 bucks, 12 cents higher than the high. Would I have hit? Desiree, yes, I would have. Yes, I would have. And guess what? I would have used the 3 and the 8 as a way to manage the trade along with this line right here, which becomes my line in the sand. That level of former resistance, current support is my line in the sand. If the stock's price goes below that, I definitely get out of the stock, but I'm looking at the 3 and the 8. All right, so one last time, at least for the purposes of a better understanding, do you guys at least see the power behind the Derby tool to help you with this? All right? No, Rich, that link doesn't have the real-time Derby offer. You may have to give our product support staff a call for that. All right? Let me ask the question again. Now, do you see some of the value behind what the software has to offer to you, folks? Folks, how much work did you have to do to find these stocks? How much work did you have to do to find these stocks? And once you look at the graph, we're teaching you how to manage the trade once you're in it. That's it. All right, RT and BSR are both yellow. I know. All right, so what is this room? A trading room. This room is a trading room. And we're going to be more aggressive in a trading room. And what we're walking you through is how to be a little bit more aggressive. Understand that this is only working with a small portion of your total assets. This is your trading portion of your assets. Probably no more than 5 to 10% of your total assets. This is the kind of trading you do with that money. This is not your retirement money, folks, at all. This is not your retirement money. All right. So with that, I'm going to end today's session. I want to say thank you guys for taking an opportunity to at least watch this. This will be up on a video later that you can watch it again if you need to. But tomorrow is going to be the fun day. where I am going to be streaming our Jockey Club live. All right, so everybody who is here on YouTube, you want to learn how to do this real live. All I've done today was an overview. You want to watch this live, tomorrow's going to be the day. Tomorrow's going to be the day. And look at that laser. Laser's still holding. Look at that 3 and the 8. Laser's still holding, baby. So if I would have pulled the trigger back here, I'm happy. The stock's still holding. Man, the volume, I'd like volume to pick up. But you're watching this live. This is what we do live, folks. This is what, Larry is here. Larry's my cable guy. He used to be in my user group here in Charlotte. How you doing? All right, so this is what this is all about. Join us tomorrow. We'll do a live stream, and that'll be that. So, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha, salam, shalom, namaste. Until later, folks, have a great day. We're out of here.